What's up, you beauties, and welcome to HW Hockey, your go-to source for in-depth scouting reports, player breakdowns, and game analysis. Whether you're a die-hard hockey fan or a prospect enthusiast or just love the game, we've got you covered, so stick around. During today's video, we'll be taking a look at Karsen Dorwart's skating, puck handling, hockey IQ, and how he performs in key situations. We'll also compare him to other top prospects and try to project how he could fit in the NHL with the Philadelphia Flyers. So if you enjoy in-depth hockey analysis and want to stay ahead of the game, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and help us on our quest for 1,000 subscribers, and turn on notifications. Now let's get into it. Okay, let's get to the first clip for Karsen Dorwart. You're going to see him flash into your screen. We're going to circle him or highlight him. He's going to fall down at first, but you're going to see him win a puck race, or a race to the puck, if you will. And we'll play the clip from there.
James feeling the pressure for the first time in this game. Zanitska lost out. Good back check there by Andrews. Spartans on the hop again. Larson in D. Puck goes straight up in the air off the stick of Dorwart. Two-time All-Big Ten honorable mention. He's going to be a top NHL free agent target as soon as his campaign is done. Now a giveaway. Spartans with a chance. Good.
Okay, so in that clip, you saw Dorwart all over the ice, showcasing his wheels, showcasing his aggressiveness, his physicality, causing a turnover behind goal, leading to an eventual goal for Michigan State. Let's get to our next clip.
Less than 8 minutes to go in the opening period. Gavin O'Connell scored a little more than 7 minutes into the game. Spartans have been nursing the lead since. Russell clutches the puck at neutral ice. Cornell's got it again. DeSantis off a wall pass. Goes backwards to go forward. Cornell does not look confident on its breakouts.
Well, they're getting bottled up a little bit by the Spartans. They're doing a good job of keeping the zone.
Good bounce for Kovic, and that one buzzed over. Zanitska has had some of the better shifts for Cornell early, and the Spartans applaud another hard hit. Back in come the Spartans.
All right, in that clip, you kind of saw a similar thing. You saw Dorwart all over the ice, clogged up the neutral zone in the beginning of the shift. Puck came back into the defensive zone. You saw him play his position well. The puck got out in transition, and so did Dorwart. He received the pass in the neutral zone, heading up ice. I believe it ended up being a 2-on-1, 2-on-2 we saw there. Sent the puck towards the slot for his teammate heading towards goal for a scoring opportunity. So another solid shift from Dorwart.
Critical in that run to the title, playing about 17 minutes per game.
He's a character too. We had fun talking to him yesterday. He definitely is a great guy to be around.
He was built in a lab for a high-level scorer. He's got the flow, he's got the swagger. If you saw his white suit and USA belt at the draft back in 2022, you know how good the Bolts got with that one.
Ooh, nice stick there. Missed it.
Basgall. After Geary was gummed up in the corner. High sticks aplenty in the Big Ten championship game a couple nights ago. Whistles got very quiet.
Okay, on that shift, we saw Dorwart win a faceoff in the offensive zone. Puck kind of rattled around a little bit. We saw him make a beeline for the Cornell player with possession of the puck behind goal once again. And then we saw he's just all over the ice. And one thing you're going to notice throughout this game is that he plays his position well without the puck. All right, so I want you to keep an eye on that. He's one of the better two-way forwards, one of the better available college available players, two-way forward in that sense. Projected probably a bottom six if we're being, absolute peak bottom six player. But let's get to more clips here, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section.
Basgall.
It's loaded, 12th best in D1. Scoring 24.5% of the time. 2 goals on the power play right out of the gate in the Big Ten championship against Ohio State. 5-on-4 go the Spartans. Howard plays it up high, gets through traffic, missed to the near side. Shane back in position, back in feet.
Okay, this was obviously a power play. They win the face-off draw there, and Dorwart showing off some of his skating, some of his edge work there, which is pretty to watch. The Michigan State ends up scoring on the power play. It does not have a hand in the goal, but move the puck well, didn't turn it over. What you're going to see from Dorwart, I think, and this is part of my scouting report on the player, is he exhibits advanced passing abilities, which you'll see throughout this game. And if you go back and watch film on him, you'll be able to see that as well. He's very good at maneuvering the puck through tight spaces and over sticks. Stick handling skills allow him to maintain control under pressure, and he's good at facilitating effective zone entries and creates playmaking opportunities. So let's move on to our next video here.
You can expect that in the back end of a doubleheader.
Yeah, especially in these tournaments. It's the one negative of having 2 games in a row on one sheet of ice. It can get a little choppy in game 2.
That's the only negative here in downtown Toledo. Huntington Center has brought a great atmosphere. Ohio State fans were here early. Their team on the wrong end of an 8-3 loss to BU. Michigan State enjoying this lead in the second period. I can only imagine how packed this building could be on Saturday if Michigan State gets there. For now, they've got to take care of Cornell off a deflection in front as Dorwart was stalking. Looked like Joe Pavelski there getting a touch on that puck out of the air. Out of the wash, it's swept around by Gavin O'Connell. He opened the scoring in another high fluttering puck out of play.
So on that shift, we saw Dorwart win another faceoff. We saw a nice cross-ice pass to number 11, who dumps it in. And Dorwart's in on the forecheck. You're going to notice that a lot, too, with those wheels and the aggressive style of play that he plays with. He's going to be the first guy in on the forecheck quite a bit. And that play he is. And then you noticed him around goal a couple times on that shift. When the shift finished up, the puck was sent in on goal, and Dorwart was around the goal. So not afraid of physicality. That's a good thing. And he's got the speed to go with it. So let's move on.
Down here in the second period. All 3 goals scored back in the first. Gavin O'Connell opened the scoring for Michigan State. Ryan Walsh with an answer. And then Daniel Russell. Perfect feed on a power play. Michigan State cashed in on special teams.
Good hit there on the wall. Hank Kemp has been really physical in this game. He plays the body every chance he gets, the assistant captain. D-man.
Like Mike Schaefer, next loss will be his last in collegiate hockey. Wants to keep this magical run going for the Big Red as ECAC champs. O'Leary, not sure if that puck hit off our official there. Play keeps moving. Robertson hustling. Long carry for Robertson. Got around O'Connell. Nobody in front.
Okay, so this was almost a 90-second shift for Dorwart here. He started off with creating a turnover in his own zone, separated man from puck, and Michigan State was able to get the puck out of their zone. Cornell ended up receiving the puck after that and kept possession. At the other end of the ice, you guessed it, he's right back in on the forecheck, one of the first players in the zone. And then you'll notice as Cornell brought the puck back in to Michigan State's zone, his positioning without the puck. You know, he's hanging out in the lanes in the neutral zone. You know, just the skate work, and it just seems like he's moving at a quicker pace than some of these other guys here. So he can skate and he's aggressive. Common theme.
We saw that in the opener between BU and Ohio State. A couple close calls that could have kept Ohio State in the game, but then BU went into a blitzkrieg late with 6 unanswered goals. Much more deliberate pace here in game number 2. On the doorstep, Larson got denied. Offense out of nowhere for the Spartans.
Okay, so this one I like because he gets possession of the puck in the offensive zone, gets the puck deep, it misses the man, and kind of wheels around to the other side of the goal. And he almost He almost takes possession of his own pass just because he's so quick, so fast, getting in on the defenseman there, who was able to avoid his check. But yeah, that was an aggressive play, and stop me if you've heard me say that before during this episode. He's a fun player to watch, that's for sure.
Castagna and Major.
Spartans can't exit the zone. Cornell keeps it in. Castagna trying to drop the pass. Spartans take it away. Up goes Joey Larson. Already within a...
All right, so while we watch the rest of our shifts here, I'm going to rattle off some of the notes I've taken on the scouting report here for Karsen Dorwart. And his IQ and vision, I think, is fairly good, at least above average to say the least. Plays the game at a high pace, as you're seeing. Has some stick handling skills. He can catch multiple defenders flat-footed in transition, and that to me is something that will transition to the NHL. So we'll be looking out for that with the Flyers. He's signed his contract. It's finally happened. It's been rumored for a couple days, but it's signed, completed. I think Brad Shaw had mentioned they're waiting for him to finish his medicals, and we could see him sometime later this week. So yeah, that's exciting stuff. Let's move on here. We only have about 5 or 6 more of these.
That is Lukashevich, the freshman from Russia. We've seen a couple great freshmen in this building today from Russia. Howard outnumbered, still got a buzzing shot away.
Cornell did a nice job in the back check there, getting 3 guys back, not giving Howard an opportunity to break free.
Where he goes, a couple red jerseys go with him. Dorwart's turn. Looks for the return feed. That's swallowed up by Suda. Cornell back out to center, and the Spartans collect. Neutral zone owned by Michigan State in this game. That stayed in. Another board battle here. Suda out of his own end for...
All right, so you saw some of his speed right there on display as he flew through the neutral zone, jersey flapping and all. Let's get to more from our scouting report here. So his shooting, while primarily known for his goal scoring, Dorwart has demonstrated the capability to capitalize on scoring opportunities. His shot selections prudent, which contributes to a respectable point tally during his tenure at Michigan State. So let's move on to our next clip. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to do more of these. Here we go.
2, but Major just lets that one rip. That was a blazer from the slot. And Michigan State, all those chances, could not convert. Ian Shane, tip of a cap. He kept his team going. And now we got a tie game with 3 minutes left in the second. The pressure flips back to the Spartans.
Playoff hockey, there's nothing like it, Sean. Here's a chance. Oh, score!
All right. And that's an example, once again, of speed, aggressiveness. I believe it was a missed pass that the goalie came out to handle behind the goal. And his speed is just so sneaky. He was able to sneak in and I don't know if the goalie had passed the puck yet or not, but he was able to take the puck off the goaltender's stick and wrap it around and score. It has to be said, too, he was out, I think, at least both times after Cornell scored, he was out to take the draw the very next play. And on this one, was able to give Michigan State the lead on the very next shift. So impressive stuff there. His best asset, I think, is his two-way play, where he combines his offensive skills with his defensive responsibility, and he impacts the game at both ends of the ice, which I think we saw or we're seeing throughout some of these shifts here. His relentless motor and forecheck, commitment to the puck pursuit, which makes him effective on the forecheck. He consistently applies pressure on opposing defensemen, which we just saw right there, leading to turnovers and sustained offensive zone time. So didn't have sustained offensive zone time there because he stole the puck and put it in the net all by himself. So very impressive little shift there from Karsen Dorwart. And let's move on. We only have 2 or 3 left here.
This is on a single shift just moments ago. Perhaps that gave the Big Red the jam they were looking for. Another face-off win for the Big Red. Big advantage now on the draw in this game. Kraft couldn't play it with his hand. Dorwart spun off the puck. Down deep for Cornell. Kraft trying to catch up near side. Got underneath Andrews. Talented transfer from Colorado College. Now a race for the puck. Larson nearly gets around Suda. Big Red have it. Catalano from his own end. Works back behind the cage to Suda. Suda playing in what could be his final collegiate game. Onside to Larson. Larson drops it ahead. Dorwart. Puck comes up through Castagna.
Ooh. Could have been interference there, going in the zone.
That was Lukashevich who took a wide step for the Spartans. Down to the last 11 minutes in regulation. Michigan State up 3-2 on Cornell. Winner gets BU.
All right, so after that shift there, while Dorwart's game is well-rounded, at least for the NCAA level, it remains to be seen here if his game can translate offensively to the pro level. His offensive production, it won't. I don't think it's going to reach top 6 or even top 9 levels. I won't rule out, top 9. I won't rule out, third line offensive talent there. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe 30 points, 40 points tops out at absolute best. He's not expected to be a high-end producer at pro levels of play. I think when I see him, I see a top line AHL guy or a bottom 6, energy responsible bottom 6 player, which you need, So let's move on here.
Started his career with a loss to MSU, trying to avoid that bookend here in the Toledo region. Sean catching up with Schaefer yesterday. Here's Castagna with a takeaway. Dangles it in front. And nearly got some support there from Kyle Penny. Stick is down on the ice. Cornell trying to take advantage. Augustine couldn't secure the rebound. And now the Big Red bursts to life. Where did this come from?
Yeah, creating offensive opportunities. They got to get their defensemen involved because Michigan State's collapsing a little bit down in their own zone.
Robertson had to work around that broken stick. Larson said, get this out of here. Major head fake. Augustine had it closed up again.
So this is right around when Cornell really started taking it to Michigan State. Even so, like that whole shift was basically in the Michigan State zone. You saw Dorwart, do everything he could to break up at least 2 plays there. After almost a minute, the puck got out of the zone. But defensively, Dorwart's recognized as one of the best centers among NCAA free agents. I think I mentioned that earlier in our episode here. He exhibits strong defensive awareness and effectively disrupts opposing plays and contributes to his team's defensive effort. So really responsible without the puck, really responsible in his own zone. And, he'll take it upon himself to disrupt plays, which I think we saw on that shift a couple times.
Sturback resets for Michigan State. Shane slows it up to Robertson. Good reach by Russell. Shred Stanley behind the net. Spartans in front. Rebound. Shane covers.
What a save.
Wow. Dorwart on the doorstep.
There you go. So he's doing it on the defensive end, doing it on the offensive end. Unfortunately, does not get rewarded with the goal there. But let's talk about NHL role potential, and we'll get to our NHL comp after our next shift. So role potential, I think Dorwart projects as a versatile bottom 6 guy. I mentioned there's a possibility that could be an AHL guy. We'll see. But he's capable of contributing in various situations due to his balanced skill set and hockey intelligence. This is a smart player, fast player, aggressive player, physical player. So these 4 attributes are all very exciting, and we'll see. Maybe this could be a diamond in the rough, or a bottom 6 guy that the Flyers could use for the coming seasons. After this next shift, we'll get our NHL comp.
We'll go again on the draw. Cornell wins it. Stanley. Time ticking down. 5-on-4 for the Big Red. Major. Circulating. Up high. Figueres. Into the circle. Cross ice to Major. Major. Refeeds.
So while it's unfortunate that Dorwart was on the ice for this shift, he was always going to be out there, as he's probably their best two-way centerman. He loses the draw. They get stuck in their own zone, and then he's kind of out there when the puck crosses the center of the slot. Now, I won't say that it's on him, even though I did highlight where he was on the ice during that goal. I believe it was 17 or 27. For some reason, his stick was on the wrong side. I'll play the clip again if you want to watch it. But the defender down low he's to the left of the goalie, but he's on the goalie's right side, has his stick down. It looks like defending a pass behind the goal. His stick should have been to the opposite side, clogging up that lane. And the Cornell player took advantage of that and made a nice cross-ice pass, and Cornell eventually won this game. If you want to watch it one more time, here you go. You see what I'm talking about.
We'll go again on the draw.
Watch out for 27 or 17.
Stanley.
He's down low, the defenseman, the right side defenseman. So I assume he's defending that pass.
Circulating. Up high.
Here it comes. Watch the defender. He's near the goalie now.
Cross ice to Major.
Where is he defending? His stick should be on the other side. And there you go. That's all it takes. Okay. So while it was an unfortunate ending for Dorwart there, he had a very good game. My NHL comp for Dorwart will be Michael Frolik, who is known for his reliable two-way play and ability to adapt to different roles within a team's lineup. That could be Dorwart. This could be the new Scott Lawton for the Flyers. How's that? And I don't mean a guy that can flex into the top line. Maybe he flexes into the second line if you're in a pinch. But this could be another Swiss Army knife kind of player in the NHL. You could see he's not the biggest of players, but he kind of flies around, and when he hits you, it's like he's like a bowling ball when he picks up speed. So overall, I think Karsen Dorwart's combination of skill, intelligence, and work ethic positions him as a promising candidate for the Flyers, particularly for teams seeking depth and versatility at the center position. The Flyers are seeking all of that. So let's see what they have in Karsen Dorwart in the last remaining 7 or 8 games with the Flyers. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching another HW Hockey film session. Please, guys, make sure you give us a subscribe. Help us on our quest to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the notification bell. Give us a comment and a like. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night on HW Hockey with Jack. So for HW Hockey, I'm Jim Icavone. Don't forget to keep it high. Keep it wide. We'll see you next time on HW Hockey.